What up, tribe? It's your girl Raji, and I'd like to welcome you to my podcast, The House of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about rootwork, conjure, tarot, culture, astrology, and a little bit of everything in between. I'd like to welcome the new listeners. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And if you are an OG, thank you so much for sticking it out with the gang. I appreciate y'all so much. Don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. You never know who can help. Today we are tapping into Saturday's Cush Almanac. We're going to be looking at the horoscopes for today, y'all, and doing a tribe reading to finish things off. If you guys would like to take a look at the horoscopes in detail, you can always join my tribe talk tier on my Patreon. The link is in my bio at the very bottom. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can purchase the horoscopes separately, or you can just join and you can get them every month sent straight to your inbox. Okay, but yeah, y'all, let's get into these teams now. Today, this is a good Saturn day. Saturday is ruled by Saturn, y'all, if you're wondering. And Saturn is more so about tapping into your elevated ancestors and your spirit team. Now, when we think of Saturdays, we need to focus in on patience, wisdom, healing from grief, overcoming addictions, and also if you're into that woo, you're focusing in on casting protective wards, cord cutting rituals, banishing, bindings, endings, as well as uncrossings and removals. So the seventh day of the week is generally the day, 911 on the timestamp, is generally the day that we use to kind of send in the cleanup crew from the, things that didn't work out for us the week ahead. So yeah, tap into that Saturday energy. Like I said, today is a good day to talk to your elevated ancestors and your elevated spirits. And I say elevated because all skinfolk ain't kinfolk, okay? So just because they passed on, that does not mean they are for your highest good. We like to keep that on the docket for the tribe, because a lot of times when people tap into ancestral veneration, they go to putting all their ancestors on their altars, and a lot of times you are, especially in an era where we're deconstructing religion, negative religion in that way, a lot of our ancestors did not want to see, or were not with this, this root work and this conjure, this, witchcraft and things like that. They were not into this shit. They were not into astrology, so some people were actively against that. Or, even if you want to put it on the lines of like normalcy, right? They might think you're supposed to work a 9 to 5. And if you an evolved hustler and you throwing somebody on your altar that want to see you go work at the VA or be a nurse, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that being a nurse is bad, but you get what I'm saying? They want to see you do some normal shit. And you out here talking about you want to be an artist, or you want to run a business, and you venerating your ancestors, and they ain't with that shit. So you got to be mindful of that, okay? Not a dig, because some people, to me, I had a great grandmother who was a nurse, and honestly, that's a skill. You have to be really in your empathy bag to do that. Did y'all see that lady in Texas where she, like, the lady was giving birth, and then that hoe was in the chair talking about some what she do? She ain't calculated with giving birth. She didn't give a fuck. Do you hear me? That's how they be, though. That's why you should only get into that. Some people get into it for the money. You should only be like CNA, nursing, if you really have a deep compassion and empathy for people. And sometimes they lose that. And you know how it is when you black and brown, you're in the you go into the medical arena, and they definitely have done experiments on us. They definitely have try to test black women, especially, saying that, we can endure pain a lot differently than, our sisters from another mister. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the allies. I'm not talking about y'all, but the people, And it's abuse out there. I remember being pregnant with both of my girls, and I'm going to tell you right now, that's how they treat you when you go in there. And I hope that whole lose her job, because she don't need to be around nobody. She don't need to be intaking shit. She don't even need to be on desk duty. Okay? She would low down for that. But yeah, I have a resistance to epidurals. And I told each anesthesiologist, even when I went in and had surgery on my mouth, they just treat you different. They do. They absolutely. Every time I go to the doctor, it is not a positive experience. So I definitely resonated with that. I won't get into the gory details right now because, we got to do our team. But yeah, check that story out. It happened in, I believe, it's somewhere in Texas. Anyway, they leave in reviews for the hospital and stuff like that, as they should, because bitch, what? That lady was having that baby. And if you see the video, if there was no one recording it, they would have tried to play that shit off. And if you don't have people advocating for you, like that girl mama was advocating for her, like I didn't have nobody advocating for me, but that girl mom was advocating for her. She put that shit on social media, and yep, I hope she get a big fat ass check, and it pays her children's children, because they said, the baby was even stressed in the womb. Like, the baby was having a BM in the womb because the baby was stressed. Like what? I have enough stories about being a Afro-Indigenous woman going into a medical emergency and being mistreated. But like I said, I didn't have anyone advocating for me, and I'm just so happy that that woman's mother was there to advocate for her, because bitch, what? So anyway, yeah. So back to the lecture at hand. That's the culture for today. Did y'all see what the situation with Donald Trump doing? You freaky frog, you. You a freaky frog. And I ain't talking about obviously I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about with the shit they were doing with each other. You freaky frog. Anyway, it's a lot of retrogrades going on right now. We got Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. We got a retrograde in. So yeah, we got that retrograde energy with Sag going on. We also got a retrograde in Cancer still. Saturn in Pisces retrograding. Uranus and Taurus is retrograding. Neptune in Pisces is retrograding, along with the North Node in Pisces retrograding. And Chiron in Aries is also retrograding. So right now we got a lot of potential for reassessing. Yesterday we was thinking on the terms of trimming the fat, if you will. If y'all want to check out that podcast from yesterday, that is there for your listening pleasure. Now we got a lot of 0 degrees today, which is absolute energy. I used to go through this whole chart on astro-seek.com just to see the energy, but I've started most recently to only do 0 degrees. If you guys want to check out the transit chart in its entirety for today and see how those planets affect you, check out astro-seek.com. To me, personal opinion, that's the most accurate transit. You can plug it into your local time zone, and you can plug it into your natal chart to see how the transits affect you. They need to low-key give me a motherfucking sponsorship or something, cause I be shouting their ass out. I'm just saying, clock that tea. But yeah, but it's the most accurate one since I've been like really heavily getting into astrology. To me, I've looked at others and they be all over the place between them and astrology.com. And even astrology.com is a little questionable. So I prefer astro-seek.com. But anyway, 0 degrees. The moon is in Libra right today, coming out of the third quarter phase. We got it trining Pluto. Pluto is still in Aquarius right now, and that's at 0 degrees. There were definitely working together, which I can appreciate the great shift. Justice being had, for the girls and the guys. Things are changing. Stuff that you thought you was hiding ain't so easy to hide no more. Jupiter in Cancer, right? Jupiter in Cancer is trining Saturn in Pisces at 0 degrees. Uranus and Taurus retrograding is sextile Neptune and Pisces at 0 degrees, giving you the blessings that you need to change the trajectory of your life on a true, solid level. You know, slow motion better than no motion, baby. Lilith in Scorpio is trining both Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces, both at 0 degrees. Then you got Chiron is in Aries, it's Canucks, which is like free will. The sun in Scorpio at 0 degrees. So yeah, you're just like, this is, to me, I would consider like a very Renaissance period, a very like great reset type of energy, you know? Like a lot of times I thought it was very interesting where they were like the Great Depression, I think it was, and the Great Depression was also going on at the same time that the Harlem Renaissance was going on, and how this was a time where people like stepped into their gifts, you know, they tapped into just being innovative, you know, and if you was on the spicy side of things and, you know, the occult side of things, you know, businesses, you know, for the girls, you know, the midnight ballerinas and teens, those types of businesses was thriving during that time. Artists were thriving. Some of the greatest books and poetry was written during that time. So I just say, you know, lean more into that. You feel me? Lean more into that. Now, the moon entering Libra last quarter phase, shifting towards a waning crescent with the sun being in Scorpio and Mars still whopping around in Sagittarius. My Mars is in Sagittarius. Random. Today invites balance, diplomacy, and the final tuning of your vision. The Libra moon wakes up your relationships, your contracts, your reflection of self in others. Now, with the sun in Scorpio and Mars in Sagittarius, you're being asked to stand firm in your truth while navigating the waters of partnership and expansion. It's not about winning at all costs, y'all. It's about winning with integrity and alignment. They snatching wigs. They like, no, what do you want your legacy to be? How do you want to be remembered? Like, do you want to be on the wrong side of history? Or do you want to be on the right side of history? Okay. That's facts, you know. Aries, the Libra moon travels through your 7th house of partnerships, both personal and professional. You may sense the need to renegotiate terms or close a contract that no longer serves you. Taurus, the moon in Libra affects your 6th house of service and routine. With Mars and Sagittarius energizing your 4th house of home and roots, you'll want to integrate expansion with structure. Gemini, the Libra moon touches your 5th house of creativity. Mercury's recent shifts ask you to let collaboration shine instead of lone missions. Mars and Sagittarius stirs your public voice. Cancer, the moon in Libra rests in your 4th house of home and emotional roots today. Legacy meets expansion. Mars and Sagittarius in your 3rd house says talk it out, document it, share it. Leo, the Libra moon impacts your 3rd house of mindset and communication. With the sun in Scorpio in your 11th house of vision and tribe, you're being asked to align your message with network. Virgo, the moon in Libra enters your 2nd house of value and self-worth. Mars in Sagittarius energizes your 12th house of introspection. You're balancing inner wealth with outer value. Libra, with the moon in your sign, you're in the spotlight of alignment. Sun in Scorpio in your 10th house asks you to show up as your most authentic self in your public role. Scorpio, the Libra moon travels through your 1st house, identity, beginning, and appearance. Mars in Sagittarius in your 9th house asks you to align your path with your persona. Sagittarius, Mars in your sign continues to drive momentum, yet the moon in Libra in your 12th house whispers, not all motion needs visibility. Solitude serves too. Capricorn, the moon in Libra touches your 11th house of alliances. Your tribe could change or refine today. Mars in Sagittarius in your 8th house of resources asks for truth and shared energy. Aquarius, with the moon in your 10th house of career and reputation, public image and legacy do matter. Mars in Sagittarius in your 7th house says partnerships add horsepower when they honor your mission. And finally, Pisces, The Libra Moon lands in your ninth house of belief and expansion. Stories you've held finally want rewriting. Mars in Sagittarius in your sixth house of routine says upgrade your methods to match your message. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. A lot of that's like what we need to be doing. Now, if you guys want to check out the extended horoscopes, which include guidance and root work tips, definitely check out that Tribe Talk tier on my Patreon I was telling y'all about. Just click the link in my bio, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can look at the horoscopes for today. Okay? So let's get into these collective reading. All right? I'm going to open the roads up. I ain't gonna use them. All right, spirits. Thank you so much for opening the roads for the tribe, for me, on the tribe's behalf, okay? Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey. Thank you so much for the gift. You know I don't abuse the gift. I honor it. I appreciate it. I love it. I respect it. What guidance and tea and all the above do you have for us today? Y'all know what? I've been redoing my, while I shuffle, I've been redoing my, highlight things on my, like, social media. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm walking in how I talk it. I'll try, y'all. And I've been redoing my highlights. So as I was going through some of my old highlights, like, one of them was, like, my podcast and, like, episodes from the Pretty Hustler podcast, which y'all know was the first baby. It was still on there, and it's so crazy. But y'all, I'm just like, a lot of issues, a lot of people, I don't want to give a platform in that way. And then on top of that, like, it's just time for new stories, new things. And again, I just want to teach and guide from I'm older now, obviously, but and more evolved, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to guide from a different space. And ain't nothing wrong with a little tribe talk, but yo, I was listening as I was like, you know, fine tuning. I was like, oh, hey, look at this. But trimming the fat, baby. I'm trimming the fat. What they say, shout out to the Migos. I'm gonna walk it like I talk it. Yeah, it takes a while though. It really does. But that's what this time is for, so use it wisely, y'all. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there because I was like, oh, my podcast, The Pretty Hustler. If y'all want to follow me on my other social media platforms, you can. Do tell. I do post different stuff on different, like, most people be like, you post the same thing on each page. Honestly, I feel like all my pages have different personalities. So if you follow me on Instagram, you're going to get something different on Instagram than you get on Facebook. You might get something different on one Facebook page that you don't get on the other page, depending on how I feel. And if you do follow me on any of my business, like for the apothecary pages and TikToks, I appreciate y'all patience because, Lord Jesus, I'm working on it. Like, I don't care what they say, being a content creator, that shit is, it's a job within itself. I find it very easy to talk to you guys for about an hour about the woo and doing the readings and shit like that. Like, it's not hard for me to talk to y'all. But when I say, like, you have to have a system, especially if you monetize a lot of pages, this is my content creators out there. You got to have yourself a system, baby. And again, it has to be unique to you. Keep your eyes on your own plate. But thank y'all for sticking it out with me. I'm going to try to do so much better. I'm not going to try. I'm doing better. Words matter. I'm going to do better. Because, yeah, that part. Anyway, let's get to this reading. So we got the Two of Coins in the upright for the past. We got the Nine of Sticks in the reverse for the present. We've got the Eight of Coins in the upright for the collective energy. The Two of Sticks in the reverse for the near future. And we've got the Five of Coins in the upright. I see we got the coins where I like to see them, baby. Them pentacles where I like to see them for us. Collectively, it's like we are very much focused on building and growing and accomplishing goals. And I'm also seeing that there's a what they say, a light at the end of the tunnel. like long term too. Your spirit team is definitely here to assist you after you've experienced some sort of delays here. And it's only brief delays. It's not nothing major. You've already set the tone. You've already laid the foundation. And if you haven't, you're being encouraged to. But your ancestors are here to help you. Changes with that 5, that lets me know changes are coming. Harmony is being restored. And anything in spaces and places where you may have, felt like you weren't protected, your investments, the things that you're building, those were only brief delays. You're still going to receive the help that you need. Things are definitely still going to come to fruition for you. Now, this responsibility here, because I don't see nobody here yet. Everybody out. I don't see no personalities. Mind on my money and my money on my mind. That's why I get that from that, because I don't see no people. Tell me about the 2 of coins and right. So yeah, there's some sort of responsibility here. Somebody's taking responsibility, or maybe you've taken responsibility for, not being able to have some sort of stability or being able to start your process in the past. 4 of sticks in the reverse, clarity. And, these delays that happen, maybe you're accepting the fact that, okay, maybe I did play a part in my own suffering. Yes, 2 things can be true at one time. Yes, these were some fucked up ass individuals, but, I also was thinking red flags with 6 flags and shit. Same. So you're being encouraged. You was kind of over reviewing this shit. You was casting your pearls to swine for a very long time, 7 of coins, and now your spirit team is asking you the 9 of knives, that shit, 9 of swords, that shit. Get out of the mindset that you're going to continue to invest in those thoughts and continue to speak about that and continue to, ruminate over those things that happened. Okay, tell me about the 9 of sticks in the reverse. So maybe there was a lack of protection here, or maybe you didn't quite feel protected. This could be a Libra energy here with the dim bones in reverse. And maybe you were just refusing to see that there was some sort of magic here, baneful magic with the Black Hermit in reverse. So Gemini and Libra, any heavy air sign energy here. Clarity. So there was some stagnation or like loss, 4 of baskets in reverse. Maybe you refused to accept some sort of offer here. And accept some sort of offer. Maybe could have been offering you some sort of delusion or some sort of fantasy, and you just wouldn't buy into that shit. And this could be with relationships, courting card. It came out in the upright. So these were relationships that you were in, and you were under the illusion that these stagnations and this dark magic had you under some sort of judgment. Maybe, again, you didn't feel protected. Decisions, baby. Red flags and 6 flags. But you have a masculine energy here, Father of baskets, a King of cups in the upright energy. You also have a Father of sticks in the upright here. You have a Mother of knives. So here the people come, y'all. They in your energy now because there seems to be some sort of decisions being made by these people. Tell me more. There's also a Virgo here. Hermit mode. You've been in hermit mode, studying. You've grounded your thoughts, grounded your plans. You're wiser because of these things that happened in the past. It didn't happen to you, it happened for you type vibes. I know that's not like fun to hear. So yeah, you've got some people here. There's also Pisces with the Hangman card presently. So yeah, there was a sacrifice that needed to be made, or you could have been sacrificed. You may have sacrificed for these people out of delusion. Maybe you sacrificed for these people and they didn't show you any loyalty here. Daughter of baskets in reverse. There's a Sagittarius here. Father Sims in reverse. Temperance. Yeah, it threw you off. And that's the truth. The truth is, this just wasn't a realistic way of being. There was a lot of delusion here. You were showing up like so fully for these energies, and you always had the knowledge, you always had the wherewithal, you always had the vision and the plan to do these things in the physical realm. You were wise beyond your years, and you kind of let people like play in your face. Yeah, your spirits was wanting you to like see the truth of the situation. Like you couldn't like elevate or move forward until you saw what it really was, so you wouldn't be fiending to be back in those energies moving forward. So now carrying out your plans is going to involve you moving on and healing. 5 of baskets in the upright. You'll heal from this disaster. You already had some plans in motion. So those things that you're refining and working on right now, they're going to help you out shortly. You know what I'm saying? They're going to change the trajectory. And then, I like that. I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, follow that girl, woman, Ryan's eyes. She's so funny. She always do these memes and these comic like type of things for the zodiac sign, and how the universe and God responds to us in terms of like change, and how we be feeling like we be just done been took down through there. Like it kind of gives me that, like, after investing so long, moving forward, doing all this shit, now it's like, okay, do you finally get it? You know what I'm saying? Because the lesson will repeat itself until you learn it. Tell me you hell, you could even come back next lifetime on the ass. You don't want to do all that. Hell, if I come back, bring me back different. The same but different circumstances, if you will. Less suffering, please. But yeah, there's a long time investment here. And now that you've healed from this disaster, you can now take the lead. You're in this Mother of Sticks, this Queen of Wands energy. This took a lot of bravery. This is going to take a lot of fearlessness. And again, maybe you just taking that first step, even though you don't see the whole staircase. Yeah. This is leader energy. And I'm also hearing it starts on the inside, not just on the outside. Okay. So tell me about the 2 of Sticks in reverse. So the delays that you was going through recently is in this 5 of Sticks in reverse mode. It's due to you had a lot of frenemy energy. You had a lot of gossip going on. Just a lot of people behind your back just talking shit. And these were people that you cared about. Could have been people that you were friends with for a very long time. Son of baskets in the upright. You were quite, you realizing these. Yeah, you could have told these people your dreams, things that you wanted to do. But now you're kind of shifting and you're being called to go inward. High Priestess energy, Taurus could be significant here. You're being called to realize that there was an avoidance here. You didn't want to see these people for what they were. And this caused a weakness in you. Leo could be significant. This caused a weakness. Because you were helping people who were gossiping about you, who were going against you behind your back. They could have been jinxing and cursing you. You know what I'm saying? And you were very helpful to these people. And you dealt with some sort of epic failure. They could have just wanted to see you fail. So that's why Spirit says we got the World card here. We had to end that. The embarrassment had to stop. The gossiping had to stop. The petty, I'm hearing y'all to hear people talk about humiliation rituals and shit. Like, we had to put a stop to that shit. That's what the Spirit's saying. Like, they was playing you like you was small, but the whole time it was your energy they was feeding off of. Crazy. So we got this 5 of Pentacles here. So they're saying we're here to help you move on. 8 of Knives in the upright, but it's going to be your decision, and you do have options. You can go back, forward. This is heavy crossroads energy. We helping you because there is a crossroads here that you're pushing away from. But once whatever decision you make, it's up and it's stuck at the 9 of Coins, 9 of Pentacles energy. It's gonna take discipline, but you good in all the hoods, okay? And when I say that, I mean, if you at a crossroads, you either gonna go backwards and be benefiting these low down ass people who don't deserve your energy. You could go to the left, you could go to the right. You good. That's what I'm seeing. You're good. You just have to take inspired action and realize that you're healing from this disaster and continue to focus on your goals and your plans moving forward. But shit. These people, 10 of Knives in reverse, they betrayed you something ferocious. You know, they never intended to work with you. They don't want to see you be able to build whatever it is you're trying to build. Three of Coins in reverse. Yeah, their wish fulfillment here is to eat at your table and eat off you, but they'll be reaching out. Daughter of Knives, they're reaching out to you because they know that you're loving and you're caring. You in this Mother of Baskets, Queen of Cups in the upright energy. You'll nurture them, you'll take care of them, you'll give them pie, you'll give them love, you know, you'll foresee the future for them. But we needed you to take a step back over the next 4 weeks and recenter your plans and your goals, because there's an emperor coming forth here. There's an emperor that's still fighting here. Aries could be significant. He's been showing up a lot lately. This masculine is fighting. Maybe in the past he could have been quite stubborn, Father of Coins in reverse, and now there's some sort of misfortune, Aunt Caroline in reverse, because this person seems to have done something reckless. It has slowed down a process for them, and now they're taking a leap of faith because they can't get out of the mindset that this battle that they've been going through recently is because of some sort of toxic family dynamic. Ten of Baskets. And now they can't, they didn't take action. They wish they didn't take that action. In Three of Knives you, Three of Swords you in the upright. So now they're trying to slow you down, or there could be a Cancer trying to slow them down. Somebody trying to stop them from changing their state of mind, changing their strategy. Yeah, this they family. Three of Baskets in the upright. Somebody wants them to collaborate with them and not you. Yeah, they telling them don't give you this offer because you the big queen in reverse. And now somebody's wanting justice, or maybe they could have told this person don't give you this offer, Libra. Yeah, so now there's an offer coming in. Ace of Baskets, 1 month. Somebody's trying to apologize for their reckless ass actions in the past. Daughter of Sticks. This could be a Leo. Yeah, somebody's relationship. Somebody's trying to heal something with a younger Leo here. She's trying to hide something. There's also an Aquarius that seems to be helping lift some sort of load. Or somebody could believe or foresee some load being lifted. So there's a secret coming out. Cancer could be significant about some sort of 10 of Pentacles. This could be some sort of inheritance or money, spiritual or physical. Take it where it resonates. And this person seems to have some plan or goal to be the Mother of Coins. And there's a Taurus, a Hierophant here in the reverse. This in the past maybe could have delayed this movement. This could also involve a Father of Knives in reverse. These are energies that you separated yourself from. Eight of Baskets. And now someone wants to tell you something. So maybe somebody told some sort of lies, exposed a treachery. That air sign did a lot of lying, did a lot of gossiping. Now this person realizes that they lost control. Yep, they see it. Something happened in the past 2 weeks, and this person has lost control, lost their footing. And they don't like how something ended, Scorpio. They didn't want this to end. There's a relationship, friendship here that's ended. Scorpio could be significant too. Yeah, something's ended. They didn't want this something to change. They don't want this to end. There's a relationship that somebody not cool with somebody no more. Capricorn could be significant too. I ran the deck on this shit. That was a good story. Yeah, somebody's seeing something. This didn't end. This didn't end because this person didn't want to be close to you, non-reciprocal. They didn't want something to be known. They didn't want something to come out. That's crazy. Hold on. Yeah, maybe I'm changing. Hold on while I look through these, because that was a very interesting point. That air sign, all that gossiping and lying they did. Yeah, he wanted to delay you. That air sign was willing to do whatever it is they had to do to keep you fucked up. They saw that your plans and your goals would lead you to this Ten of Pentacles. So they told some sort of secret here. They could have exposed the secret to a Cancer to help an Aquarius. This person could have been hiding behind the actions of a Leo. So they chose to heal this situation by getting some sort of justice. And then this justice was you being in this big queen energy. So they wanted to have you in this situation where you couldn't recover and you wouldn't be able to get any offers. These people was collaborating so that things would never change for you. They was definitely holding you up in this heartbreak and this trauma by force. This also included your toxic ass family who you've been battling recently, because they refuse to change their mind about some sort of leap of faith you're taking, and they don't want to help you. They haven't helped you in a long time because maybe they felt like you was reckless and immature, and maybe your actions caused a misfortune involving a father of coins here. But there is a masculine that is coming to the realization that they should have given you this offer, or you had a lot to offer and you were truly carrying them. So expect some sort of communication here. People will be trying to reach out to you, which is not uncommon because it is Mercury retrograde season, because they see that they're this wish fulfillment. They want to talk. In the past they wouldn't work with you. It's a lot of enemy, a lot of bullshit, a lot of betrayals going on here, and it's surrounding money, surrounding stability, status. Yup. So now they at a crossroads trying to make a decision, and they know because they helped. They owe you some help, or they need some fucking help. And Mercury, all these retrogrades got people, secrets coming out. There's information. They being forced to sit down and review. You know, things they thought they knew, they didn't know. Things people don't want to expose coming out. Let's see what's going on with the guides. We got a little bit more time. I can check into the guides. Let's see. That's crazy. Yeah, you got a bitter like person that you was in a relationship and they came through, and it's a Gemini too. As I was shuffling, it's a Gemini. I got the Magician, or they got heavy Gemini placement, Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay, tell you where it resonates. Somebody did magic for this person to break up with you. I got Magician, the Lovers in reverse, and they did not want this shit to end. And they were very upset about it. So they said they was gonna trap your ass so you wouldn't be able to move on. That Gemini is the reason. Baby, let me tell you something about a Gemini. They be pretending like they don't give a fuck about shit, but they really do care all too much. They care a lot more than they put on. They refuse to surrender. They refuse to surrender. They was going along with some sort of information here, like, ooh, stop it. It's getting into tea time. We went from personal development to tea. Take it where it resonates, but we definitely went from personal development to tea, hot tea. But yeah, that's true facts. If you ever been with a Gemini, because you know how they say most air signs don't care shit. They care all too much. They just ain't finna show you they give a fuck. They care more than most. Trust me on that shit. Like, oh, follow la. I don't care shit. These Gemini care so much. This person been sabotaging you for the longest. They've been talking shit, spreading rumors. They've been cutting up for a very long time. What? Knight of Swords. Spirit, talk to them. Talk to them. They was truly addicted. I'm addicted to your touch. They couldn't let you go. They couldn't do right, and their ass didn't want to see you go be right nowhere else. Ain't that some shit? So in the past, someone could have offered some sort of assistance here. Somebody could have helped slow you down from your plans and your goals. with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, so that you wouldn't reach whatever. Like they helped. There was help here. Ooh, somebody helped slow you down. This could have been an earth sign, because they didn't want you to achieve some sort of financial goal. There's also a karmic fire sign here, or these could be just actions that these people were taking. They wanted to like slow you down from reaching a financial goal. There was a lot of, yes, this King of Pentacles in the reverse, earth sign, karmic earth sign, did a lot. This person did a lot. They were immature. They was reckless with their mouth, with their wand, with their money. Yeah, they feel so stupid, because they couldn't end you the way they thought they could. Except Scorpio, they didn't want this to end, is what Spirit is saying. They were so stubborn and so upset, and it's saying that, yeah, this ended because of this Gemini. He done popped back out again. This Gemini, that's crazy. What is these? The Seven of Wands? This Gemini been battling you recently. See, he been hiding. Yo, battling, because somebody don't want to take responsibility for whatever it is that you know, or whatever it is they done. Heavy Taurus energy from your past. You could have intuitively known this. You could have even told somebody what you saw, and maybe this like released you from these obligations. The Hangman in reverse, Pisces. Somebody refused to surrender, but they also didn't want to work with you either. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I say. You know, I don't want to see. They don't want you, and they don't want you to be with nobody else either. Ain't that a bitch? Period. The Fool in reverse. But yeah, they refused. Somebody wouldn't work with you. They wouldn't move on. They wanted to keep you in this tower. Like, ooh, people be so crazy. You got to be mindful. Motherfuckers do not be wrapped too tight. Pardon my français, but motherfuckers do not be wrapped too tight. Don't be rushing me. Moving forward, I'm on my Kim K shit. Like, and when I say that, I mean focused on the cheering, focused on the goals, and everybody got to get it how they live, because people be holding grudges. Motherfucker be mad about some shit you said 20 years ago, and you think everything cool. They still be mad. They still be mad. Give them time. Give them time. Give them time. Hell no, but people do not be wrapped too tight. Their feelings be hurt, and they be trying to take that shit out on you. Whoever that Gemini is, boy, they created a lot of problems and hid their hand. Present. There's an Aquarius here who's exposing some sort of secret. There's also a Cancer. Somebody could have realized that a secret a Cancer told. This Cancer could be coming in to apologize or give some sort of offer. Yeah, because they trying to fix this situation. They want to heal. They want to fix it. They want to talk. They'll be coming in soon too. Knight of Swords. They want to come talk because they in poverty. Five of Pentacles. They're in poverty, and see, they trying to fix their life, Ayana Von Zahn, and they know that there are several opportunities on the horizon. They could have had opportunities, but they caused themselves this stagnation. So now they trying to work on some things, and there's an Empress in reverse and a Hierophant in reverse. Taurus, karmic Aries, feminine, masculine energy. They could have gave an opportunity to a Hierophant and Empress in reverse, and now there's an Aries, there's an Emperor who's in regret because they listened to some lies from a Queen of Swords in reverse, a Queen of Wands in the reverse. These two feminine energies was they was being controlling. See, too many I'm gonna use a more politically correct too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Like, everybody want to tell everybody what to do. Everybody got like all these grudges and shit, personal issues that they ain't dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So don't nobody know how to go sit down and mind their motherfucking business. That's what I see going on here. Meanwhile, the collective somewhere trying to build a business up, trying to recover from these disasters, and everybody around trying to micromanage people's love lives, people's businesses. Like, bitch, mind your business, okay? They're burdened. 10 of Wands. Why? Somebody's burdened because they know some sort of information and they've been holding on to it for about 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Could be about some sort of theft or cheating. 7 of Swords. Yeah, and they don't want to be a part of this anymore. It was never, they're going to say it was never their plan to betray you. You know, but they damn sure benefited. 9 of Pentacles in the upright. The truth, Ace of Swords. I know that's right. Fuck around here. Fuck around and find out. You know, go. Like, you finna try to come say, oh, it was just business. It was just business. Yeah, it was just business, all right. I'm telling you, people is, you know, motherfuckers is wicked. Now they hurt. 9 of Wands in the upright. They hurt. They want to come back now. Yep, because there seems to be some sort of loss. There's a fight they lost here. Lost some sort of argument. Lost some sort of information. Being reckless. This could involve spiritual court or physical court. Judgment in the upright. Yeah, there's a Queen of Cups in reverse who's upset. Somebody's not getting a new start. Maybe there's some sort of failure here. Trouble with the law. This person seems to have extended some sort of offer here to the justice system. Oh, not you, the setup. What I said yesterday, ain't no cross like the double cross, bitch. Somebody's being paid. Wheel of Fortune, justice. Somebody wants to apologize for getting you wrapped up in some bullshit. In the past, they didn't want to give you your cup, 2 of Cups. They didn't want to befriend you because there could have been a relationship that ended here with Virgo, Hermit. That's what caused this delay. Somebody didn't want to have to worry about this King of Cups either, and this King of Wands. So they decided to keep this cycle open by taking action for the family. I'm going to take one for the family. Y'all going to get out of that shit. Y'all gonna get out of that shit. People be swearing they be all about the Lord, but if you really was studying your Bible, you will know that some of the most treacherous storylines involve motherfuckers and their families. So, yeah. Now they fighting, y'all. 5 of Wands in the upright. They fighting. Somebody fighting with a King of Swords in the upright and a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. Somebody trying to stop them from collaborating. They mad about that shit. And they didn't want to see somebody detach. So they made a decision so that they wouldn't carry the wishes out of a Leo, strength in reverse. And now here comes that Sagittarius who refuses to accept defeat. 7 of Swords in reverse. So now this person feels trapped because they trying to keep a secret. This Leo in reverse. So this Leo could have trapped somebody or told somebody how to trap somebody. So now someone realizes this, and yeah, somebody's trying to make some sort of progress, but they can't. It's a curse. They family is cursed. They families, they businesses. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Too many niggas, not enough hoes. See, that's what I wanted to say earlier, but I said I was going to be politically correct. Okay. Sorry. My tism got the best of me. I had to sing it. But, yo, somebody's family is too invested. But like I said, if you was really reading your Bible and you was really all off into the word like you say, you will realize that most of the time in the Bible, the families be the biggest odds. They be the ones, they be doing the most shit. But somebody was heavily invested in what their friends and their family thought, and now they looking crazy. Meanwhile, you moving on up like George and Weezy. But I guess Spirit say, hey, you want the tea? I'm gonna give you the tea. It's hot. Yeah, they trying to deal with that shit. Somebody's just ashamed of these moves they made to hide something, because now they trapped and they can't move on from whoever their Sagittarius is, because they were too weak to go after what they wanted, and they made a decision to detach from a group of people. They're making a decision they should. It's a Chariot in reverse, a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody knows. Somebody wants to come talk about these too. They want to come tell you. They want to come tell you. And Spirit did not let me move on from the present stack. Like, I ran the deck, most of the deck on the present stack. So all this shit going on right now. Not in the near future. Right now it's happening. And you just on your mirror way, 10:01 on the times. Leave me up out of that shit. I know that's right. Y'all fight amongst yourselves. Fuck out of here with that shit. See, now that you're no longer, they don't got nobody to blame. You're not around. You're not talking to nobody. You've moved on. You're working on yourself. So now all they could do is like the Spider-Man meme. All they could do is like argue and fuss with each other now. Blame each other. Tell each other secrets and shit. Yeah, that part. Somebody from the past refused to grow, and now something's coming out that they thought they buried, Aquarius, and they're having to defend that. Scorpio could be significant. And there's strength happening here. You had the strength to heal, and these people, they're going to try to play on your trust. But you need to be courageous enough to follow your instincts, Leo. Don't allow them to con you, Libra, because they're going to try to throw you off balance. Now, this Taurus energy, they seem to be consumed with providing, so much so that they aren't getting any rest, because there's some sort of mystery here that they don't believe. Maybe they don't believe that you're wise. They don't believe in something you know. Anyway, Spirit says this person is not afraid. They just not inspired, because they don't have the power. So if you feel like they were looking at you crazy, it's more or less because they like, I want that too. So now someone's trying to put in the work. They could be working with friends here. They can't come after you. This Sagittarius, they can't hunt you anymore. They having a hard time hunting. That Sagittarius in the past, they could have wanted to destroy you. India, death card. They were confident that they could destroy you. But Spirit says, don't forget the deal you made, or the deal they made. They made some sort of deal here. So they weren't going to do a rebirth for kindness, blessings. Yeah, somebody's losing patience because you won't collaborate with them. You're prioritizing your freedom and your joy and your peace. I know that's right. Fuck. Yeah, things from the past have not changed. Like, they can't change the fact. So, somebody's not going to want to hear this. Like, blah, 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 sheep. Like, they can't change the fact that they love you. But don't be tricked into this, because somebody, you need to evolve. You know what I'm saying? And these things are being revealed to you to protect you. That Cancer, this person doesn't care about hiding or disguising something. There's a Cancer and a Gemini. This person may feel like they want to come tell you that they were protecting you from a Cancer and a Gemini. And this is why these people are in your energy, because there's a secret that someone wants to come tell you. They haven't adapted to the fact that you won. I don't know who coming, but you don't cross the gut line, boss. The fuck? That's what you need to tell them. Somebody don't want this secret to come out. That's crazy. Yeah, you got somebody like they realizes they fucked up, so they're gonna try to come like make some shit right. They want to come tell you about it, but it's a hold up happening simply due to the fact that there's this Cancer and this Gemini that's want to like keep this secret, right? They want to keep whatever it is they got going. They want to keep that shit going, but they done lost. They want to come talk, baby. Somebody's determined. They don't want to be tricked. This person, they do love you. You bring them peace, you bring them joy. They do want to be free, but you know, they having an issue. They don't have the patience to wait for blessings. They don't have the patience to do the work. They try to get it how they live any type of way, you know, even if it's the grimy way. And Spirit say you don't need all that in your stratosphere right now. So that's why they being blocked. That's my word, y'all. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If this message resonates with you in any sort of way, don't forget to hit that follow, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about today's tea, babe, because what? And, you know, yeah, I am reworking the list, the services, but I do have it where you guys can just tell me what you want to work on, and you can just do it like that. So click the link in my bio. If you having any issues or you have any questions, reach out to me. I will get back with you and we can discuss. So if you need a reading, if you need any spell work done, you know, holla at your girl. Okay, holla at your girl, because I got you. But yeah, I love you, I mean it, and you know we're gonna chat soon. Have a good day.